What you see here is a representation of over 5,000 churches that are part of the USA-Canada region of the Church of the Nazarene. Our emphasis upon new church development and church health, along with our 5 strategic priorities, has allowed us to see over 100 churches planted in each of the last 7 years. These churches are planted across ethnic, age, and economic lines throughout the region. Of course, there are names and faces behind the facts and figures. There are churches that are impacting their communities for Christ. Many are planting new churches, multiplying ministry throughout the region. A recent example of such a church can be found in Springfield, Missouri. The Well, a Nazarene church plant, now serves over 500 in worship every week.
The dream of The Well, I guess, really began about a year and a half ago, but looking back, I think it probably started about 20 years ago. My husband and I were youth pastors in Marshfield, Missouri, and we were there for 18 years, and in that time ministered to lots of different teenagers, and ultimately came to know a young man by the name of Dylan Robinson, who was in our youth group and came to live with us during his high school years.
God radically transformed my life when I was 16 years old. I was a drug addict and all of that. And
he was also called into ministry, and he youth pastored for a couple of years, had amazing results in youth ministry, and then God actually called us together to plant a church.
We know that we're exactly where God has called us to be, and we know that through the story of the cross and through our story, we are helping people understand that God wants to meet them where they're at.
The motivation for the consistent Spirit-led work and faithful giving of all of the USA-Canada Nazarenes is the miraculous transformation of men and women by the power of Jesus Christ. Jenny Noriega's story is an example of God's transforming power.
There was nothing left. And I began to repent. And I began to weep, and I cried and cried. And it was that day that I died to myself. And I was delivered from a 19-year drug addiction. I began to go to church, and I began to accept their love. And this church loved me like I've never been loved before. The Lord had changed me right there in my hood. It was during that time that I know that I was entirely sanctified. God had set me apart. Today, my goal is to give people, no matter what they look like, the love of Jesus Christ.
Through the development of healthy, multiplying churches, strong multicultural ministries, discipleship opportunities for all ages, intentional generosity, and leadership development, we continue to join our brothers and sisters throughout the world in making Christ-like disciples in the nations.